What's going on, Bruin fans? Yeah, this is a game. Game's not even over, and I'm already making a video. UCLA gets blown out. It was already down 35 to 10 at halftime. This was just one of those games where everything was going right, and Baylor dominated on all aspects. What can I say? Baylor was hot coming into this game, had a big 3-game winning streak, and UCLA was not, on a 2-game losing streak coming into the game. So that's all. I always take that factor in account. People talk about momentum meaning nothing. Well, when Baylor was clicking on all cylinders, and I know people say their defense was trash, but if you watch their last 3 games, they were coming up with stops and they were making big plays for themselves in the last few games they played. So Baylor, props to Baylor, they kicked their ass. Really, I didn't expect the front 7 or stopping the run to be a problem. I was expecting them to pass more, but there was no excuses. I'm not saying taking anything away from what Baylor did here with what Seastruck and their other running back did, but there is no excuses when a team just doesn't know how to tackle. That's really just beating yourselves. The offensive play calling offensive line was very thin. 2 guys got hurt during the game, so the offensive line is even more thin. Not really going to be mad over this. It sucks to lose, but this doesn't change the fact, even if we won this game, it doesn't change the fact that this season is successful. It just means that we had some holes on the offensive line, which that was an issue before the season started. I think this team overachieved with what they had. A freshman at quarterback, a defense that was somewhat inexperienced. I mean, this is looking like the Rick Neuheisel defenses of last year and the years before. But then, Baylor's got a great passing game. That one touchdown pass to Terrence Williams, I think, that's just Nick Florence being good, solid. And I heard he passed, I think he had the passing record because Florence is a better passer than Griffin, I suppose. I know Griffin was meant for both running and throwing, but Nick Florence, I knew he was a great quarterback coming into this game. UCLA pretty thin. When Tevin McDonald was suspended before the game, I wasn't optimistic. Secondary never gave me reason to be optimistic. Our penalties pretty bad as well. If you watched UCLA football all year, this really isn't really a surprising game at all because of the way our penalties have been. Anyway, we won games we were supposed to win. This is still a 9-win season where we beat our rival team, and even though we're going to be 9-5 to end the year, I'm not going to complain. There's no reason to complain at all how this season has gone with all the things that I've been watching the last 4 years. Or should I say even the last 6 or 7 years, this team not winning games they're supposed to win. Baylor was just better than us, and I'm not going to... There's nothing you can say more than that. They've been hot. They've played well the last few games. Our offensive line just wasn't good tonight, and they've been very fortunate throughout this year to not cough up too many mistakes. The only time they really did was obviously Oregon State, when Oregon State controlled the line of scrimmage. And of course Stanford. Stanford controlled us for the most part. Pac-12 title game was a different story, but defensive line for Baylor kicked us today. We had no holes, no gaps, no nothing. It's been a good season. Let's just think about the good for this year. I had this team with 6 or 7 wins before the season started, so hey, 9 wins. This is a successful year. I'm not going to complain. I'll have another video with the final recap of the year, just finishing the year up, really giving my final thoughts. But yeah, tonight just wasn't meant to be. Baylor just dominated us, and there's nothing you can say. Nothing was going right. So props to Baylor. You all were better, and I'll see you guys later.